All right, so this video is all about graphing linear equations. So if you have a linear equation, y equals 2x minus 3, the 2 is your slope, and the minus 3 is your b, or your y-intercept. You're always going to start by plotting the y-intercept. So remember, that will be on the y-axis or the vertical axis. So I'm going to put a dot there at -3. Then you're going to use your slope to graph the other points. So my slope is rise over run, so I'm going to go up and then over. My slope is 2, but I can also write that as a fraction as 2 over 1. So from the y-intercept, from the point I already put on my y-intercept, to get my other points, I'm going to go up 2 and then over to the right 1. That's putting another point, and I can add other points doing the same thing. From that second point now I can go up 2 over 1, and from that point I can go up 2 over 1, and that's how I get my line that is the same as y equals 2x minus 3. Let's try another one. This one now has a negative slope, but the process is still the same. I'm going to start by plotting my y-intercept on the vertical axis. So now I'm going to start at +5. My slope is rise over run. In this case, it's -1 over 2. So now instead of going up, I'm going to go down because the 1 is negative. So I'm going to go down 1 over 2. And from that second point, I can still go down 1 over 2. And now I can join the line, joining those points, and I've graphed y equals -1/2 x plus 5. Let's try one more. So -3 over 2 is my slope, -4 is my y-intercept. I'm going to start by plotting my y-intercept at -4. My slope is my rise over the run, which would be -3 over 2. But from this point that I have here, I can't go down 3. I'm off my graph. So I could also write my slope as +3 over -2. Those are equivalent statements. So from this point, I can go up 3 and then to the left 2. And again, I can go up 3 to the left 2 and then connect those dots. There's two other kinds of linear equations we need to think about. Y equals 3. So you have to think about where on my graph does y equal 3. Well, right here, this is on my vertical axis, y would equal 3 there. But remember, I don't care what x is, I only want to know where y is 3. So y would be 3 anywhere along that line. So that whole line is equivalent to y equals 3. So whenever you have y equals something, it will always give you a horizontal line. Let's look at the other one now. Instead of y equals something, what happens if we have x equals something? Well, now I have x equals -1. So on your x-axis, plot -1. Well, again, I don't care what y is. I only care that x is -1. So all the way along this line, x is equal to -1. Now I can join those, and I know that if I have x equals something, it will always be a vertical line. If you have any questions, let me know.